Section 1. In this section of the test, you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your ability to understand conversations and talks in English. There are 3 parts to this section with special directions for each part. Answer all the questions on the basis of what is stated or implied by the speaker in this test. When you take the actual TOEFL test, you will not be allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Try to work on this test in the same way. Part A. Directions. In Part A, you'll hear short conversations between 2 people. After each conversation, you will hear a question about the conversation. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read all 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Here is an example. On the recording you hear, "I can't seem to get this cake done. It's been half an hour and the butter has yet to change color."
Have you checked if the microwave is plugged in?
What does the man suggest? In your test book you read, A, to check if the batteries are working, B, to see if the microwave is on, C, to see if the microwave is broken, D, to see if the butter needs to be fixed. You learn from the conversation that the man asked the woman to check the microwave whether it has been plugged in or not. The best answer to the question, "What does the man suggest?" is B, to see if the microwave is on. Therefore, the correct choice is B.
Number 1. It's drizzling out there.
I think we should put off our plan for dining out tonight.
What does the man mean? Number 2.
Do you like your new dorm?
I do. It only takes 3 minutes to walk for grocery shopping.
What does the woman mean? Number 3.
I would like to have a seat with more legroom.
I'm sorry, we have only a vacant seat over the left wing.
Where does this conversation probably take place? Number 4.
How was your consultation with Professor Mark?
It was fine. He pointed out some mistakes in my research methods.
What does the man mean? Number 5.
What do I need to book a room?
I need your ID and credit card.
What does the man mean? Number 6.
Have you been able to work on your biology paper?
I still cannot make time for it.
What does the woman mean? Number 7.
I saw you riding a new motorbike around the park yesterday.
I bought a used one last month.
What does the man imply? Number 8.
I'd love to have a steak with some vegetables.
How do you like your steak?
Who is the woman most likely to be? Number 9.
I think the concert last night was fantastic.
I think so.
What does the man mean? Number 10.
My car is still being repaired.
Then let's take the bus to the office.
What does the woman suggest?
Number 11.
Are you going to move downtown next year?
I'd rather stay here. The rent there cost me an arm and a leg.
What does the woman mean? Number 12.
The fireworks exhibition was spectacular.
I wish I wasn't at work.
What does the man mean? Number 13.
Did you see Jim's gold medal?
So he did win the math competition.
What had the man thought? Number 14.
Did you drop some of your courses this semester?
I would have done that if I'd known the new schedule earlier.
What does the man mean? Number 15.
Will Thomas sign up for the voluntary work next week?
As far as I know, he will attend a workshop this upcoming week.
What does the woman mean? Number 16.
Do you think short hair will suit me?
Yes, and we can add some highlights to it. Just sit and relax.
Where does this conversation probably take place? Number 17.
Where do you want to spend your annual leave this year?
I barely have time to think about it.
What does the man mean? Number 18.
Sam is throwing a housewarming party tonight. All of our friends will be there too.
He can't be unhappy about his new big house.
What does the woman imply? Number 19.
I'm wondering what has put a big smile on your face all morning.
I've just turned my project report in. It's a big relief.
What does the man mean? Number 20.
Should I call Samantha to invite her to our book club meeting this evening?
Well, I doubt that she can make it. She's a bit under the weather today.
What does the woman say about Samantha? Number 21.
Some of my paintings were sold in the art exhibition last night.
So you can paint.
What had the man assumed? Number 22.
Jane did really well with her presentation.
She's never worked harder.
What does the man mean? Number 23.
I think the installation process is disrupted, so we can't perform the analysis.
Maybe malware attacks have breached our system.
What does the woman imply? Number 24.
I don't feel like swimming today. It is too cold for me.
Neither do I.
What does the woman mean? Number 25.
The room is too bright to watch TV.
I'll shut the blinds.
What does the woman probably do next? Number 26.
According to the breaking news, the road construction has caused this heavy traffic.
Had I known this road closure, I would have taken a different route.
What does the man mean? Number 27.
I find it difficult to start writing my essay.
You need to follow through with reading the relevant articles given by our professor.
What does the woman mean? Number 28.
Did you buy the book at the normal price?
I did. I was unaware of the reduced price at the new bookshop.
What does the woman imply? Number 29.
I heard from the news that there was a huge whale down the Hudson River this morning.
I've almost never heard of such news.
What does the woman mean? Number 30.
Who's going to do the cleanup today?
It's my turn, isn't it?
What does the man mean?
This is the end of Part A. Part B. Directions. In this part, you'll hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you'll hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your textbook. Now, we will begin Part B with this first conversation.
Questions 31 to 34. Listen to a conversation between a seller and a buyer.
How can I help you?
I'm looking for a new washing machine.
Right. Our store has 2 types of washing machine, which are front and top loaders. Each type has some available options. Do you have any particular preferences?
I'd like to buy something that can help me save up.
Sure. The first option is the front loaders. They use up less water and electricity, but they may be less efficient for very dirty and smelly loads. Then, we have top loaders, which are at a lower price point. It also has shorter cycles, but it may not be friendly for utility bills. How big is your household?
We're a family of 4.
Well, I think the front loading with 6 to 7 kilogram capacity will be ideal for you. Although the price is slightly higher, it can help you save up more on the bills. It is also often cherry-picked by many people.
Okay then. Could I take a look at any brochure for detailed specification?
Sure, I'll get them for you.
Number 31. What type of washing machine does the woman prefer? Number 32. Which type of washing machine does take longer time in each cycle? Number 33. What is the downside of the top loading washer? Number 34. Which one is the best seller, according to the man? Questions 35 to 38. Listen to a conversation between a student and a university staff.
How do I register for the university volunteers?
You just need to fill out a registration form, and you can do it online through our Student Development Division website. After you fill out the form, you'll receive an email for the induction session. The session gives you an overview of the voluntary work and the navigation of our website. Also, you will get to know your fellow volunteers who may work with you as a team. Most importantly, once you complete 20 hours volunteering, you are eligible for the University Volunteer Certificate and a recommendation letter from the head of our division. They are valuable for your future employment.
Well, that sounds interesting. How do I keep track of my voluntary hours?
During the induction, you will be enrolled in our system, so you can sign up for activities and log your hours after each activity online.
Are there any particular experiences required?
Not necessarily. Usually, new members will be accompanied by our current team to perform the tasks for 1 or 2 shifts. Also, prior to each activity, you should attend a briefing session so you will know your shifts, teammates, and responsibilities.
Number 35. Where does this conversation probably take place? Number 36. How do the volunteers monitor their voluntary hours? Number 37. What would the volunteers receive at the end of their compulsory hours? Number 38. What did the man say about the first shift for new members?
This is the end of Part B. Go on to Part C. Part C. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several short talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Here is an example. On the recording you hear, listen to an instructor talk to his class about deforestation in the Amazon forest.
Sometimes, watching the news about deforestation in the Amazon forest can be depressing. But there are some steps that we can take to help one of the world's largest rainforests. The first step is to reduce paper consumption. Try to use both sides of papers. Carry your own cloth bags to the groceries and use napkins and cloth towels instead of tissues. This is simple, yet it can create a big impact if done collectively and continuously. Most deforestation is caused by logging, and minimizing the demands for papers can, to some degree, create an impact big enough for logging companies to stop cutting down our trees. The next step you can do is to reduce your oil consumption. Climate change is primarily caused by the burning of oil and coal. If we keep on doing this, scientists predict that the global temperatures will rise between 3 to 9 degrees Fahrenheit in the next couple of years. This also poses a threat to the ecosystem worldwide. Therefore, whenever possible, walk, ride bikes, or take public transportations instead of driving your car.
Now, listen to a sample question. What does the speaker mainly discuss? In your textbook, you read A. Ways of reducing deforestation. B. Ways of accelerating deforestation. C. Ways of reducing paper consumption. D. Ways of reducing oil consumption. The best answer to the question, what does the speaker mainly discuss, is A. Ways of reducing deforestation. Therefore, the correct choice is A. Now, listen to another sample question. Which of the following is not the step to reduce paper consumption? In your test book, you read A. Carrying cloth bags when shopping. B. Using tissues to clean dirty surfaces. C. Using both sides of a paper. D. Using cloth towels. The best answer to the question, which of the following is not the step to reduce paper consumption, is B. Using tissues to clean dirty surfaces. Therefore, the correct choice is B. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Now, we will begin Part C with the first talk.
Question 39 to 42. Listen to a history professor talking in his class.
To start off our history course, I'd like to talk with you about the major essay that you should be working on. As you all know, the topic for the essay is about the development of American culture post-World War II. This essay is due in 3 weeks. I'd suggest you submit your outline by the end of this week so I can make sure that you have a good start. This assignment weighs a half of the total of your assignment score, so it can affect your final score significantly. To prepare well in composing your writing, you will need to read some relevant journal articles and books to support your argument and analysis. There should be at least 4 books and 5 journal articles. Our library is one of great resources to begin your research. You should also remember that 8 pages includes a title page and a reference list.
Number 39. When does this conversation probably take place? Number 40. When is the deadline of the essay? Number 41. What is true about the essay score? Number 42. How many total pages are required for the essay? Question 43 to 46. Listen to a teacher describing briefly about a destination for the school holiday trip.
Before we begin our trip to Yosemite National Park this upcoming week, I would like to give you a brief explanation about the park. Yosemite is located in the western Sierra Nevada of Central California. Around 95% of the park is designated wilderness. The park is the place of diverse animals and plants. Of 7,000 plant species in California, about more than 20% are in the Yosemite, including 160 rare plants. Yosemite is also widely known for its granitic rocks and remnants of older rock. Almost all of the steep landforms were the result of the erosion that created valleys, deep and narrow canyons, domes, river streams, and other features we enjoy today. One of the most popular scenic lookouts is the tunnel view in the Yosemite Valley, where most visitors arrive and stay. Also, for those who love rock climbing, El Capitan is a great rock climbing destination within Yosemite Park. It is a prominent granite cliff and known for its diverse range of climbing routes. There are also other activities that we can do during our stay there. There are plenty to see. Daily temperature in July is from 4 to 23 degrees Celsius. During the trip, you will hear more about the historical story of the park.
Number 43. When will the trip take place? Number 44. What are the impacts of the erosion that took place in Yosemite Park? Number 45. What are the popular features in the Yosemite Valley? Number 46. In what season does this trip probably take place? Question 47 to 50. Listen to a tour guide describing the Metropolitan Museum.
The Metropolitan Museum of Art of New York City, or the Met, is the largest art museum built in the United States. The estimated number of visitors reaches up to 6.5 million people in 2019, which puts the Met in the 4th position as the most visited art museum in the world. The Met has over 2 million artworks as the permanent collection, divided among the 17 curatorial departments in 3 locations. The main building, where we are now, is one of the world's largest art galleries. A smaller one is the Cloisters located at Fort Tryon Park, a home for an extensive collection of art, artifacts, and architecture from medieval Europe. The last one, the Met Brewer, which opened in 2016 in the Madison Avenue, is the place for modern and contemporary works and programs. The permanent collection include works of ancient Egypt, European, American, Asian, African, Byzantine, Oceanian, Islamic, and classical antiquity, as well as modern arts. Each department in our museum also maintains a library, and you can request the material through the online library's catalog. 2 of our prominent libraries are Watson and Nolan Library. Watson Library is the central library that supports many of our staff and researchers, and the Nolan Library is open to the general public with a children's reading room and great resources for teachers.
Number 47. Which of the following is true about the Metropolitan Museum? Number 48. In which part of the museum does this talk probably take place? Number 49. Where are the modern and contemporary programs located? Number 50. Which library does provide a designated space for children?
This is the end of Section 1. Stop work on Section 1 now. 1 now. 1 now. 1 now.